What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today, guys, I am headed out to hang out with my buddies over at Nemesis Motorsports. So not sure if you heard of Nemesis Motorsports, but they are an up-and-coming performance speed shop, dyno shop, LS tuning. I mean, they offer a lot of different services, but just to kind of sum it up, they are a all-around performance shop. It has a dyno machine and a lot of other cool gadgets and equipment that can help serve all of your performance needs. Anyways, guys, I'm headed over here to hang out with the crew. Well, my guy Rick, you may remember him from some of my previous videos of Texas Powerhouse, and he and his business partner, they are venturing out on this new project, which is Nemesis Motorsports. And so I'm headed over here to support them. They're getting the shop up and running. You know, they've ordered a dyno machine, and they've got a bunch of stuff going. They're just really kind of preparing the shop for business. I think they did like a soft opening, but anyways, more to come on that. But anyways, before we jump into the video, guys, before we get going, do me a huge favor. You know the routine. Be sure to hit that like button for me. Also, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you are not new to the channel and you're a friend of the channel, keep coming back, keep sharing our videos, and definitely keep dropping the comments below. So anyways, guys, so I'm in the Impala, 96 Impala SS, the ZL1 Impala, headed out to South Houston. I'm in traffic, of course, because Houston is always just traffic everywhere. But anyways, so of course, while I'm there, I'll shoot some content for you guys, show you around the shop. You know, maybe get Rick on the camera to talk a little bit about the shop and kind of give a little bit of overview of what they do. But in the meantime, guys, I'll see you in a minute, okay? All right, guys, I'm here. I'm in Nemesis Motorsports, so I'm gonna head inside, catch up with my guy Rick. All right, guys, I got Rick here, owner of Nemesis Motorsports.
How's it going, guys?
So Rick, everyone's dying to know about this new venture you've got going here. They probably recognize you from some of my other videos. You were working with Texas Powerhouse, right?
Correct.
That was a previous venture, right?
Yes.
And
so it was a previous name that I was under, was Texas Powerhouse. I had the opportunity to go into business with a good friend of mine. His name's Ricky. He's known in Houston as Tuned by Ricky. So we actually ended up going into business together and opening up a new location called Nemesis Motorsports. It's still the same people, it's still us behind the scenes. We're still making everything happen. We just went ahead and did it all in-house, and we went basically chasing the opportunity to create the next big speed shop in Houston.
Right. So what all do y'all do here? Obviously, you mentioned the dyno, so I'm sure you guys will be doing dyno tuning. What else do you do?
So we're going to be doing dyno tuning. We're going to be also offering street tunes as well. We're going to be basically doing anything related to performance.
Okay.
Whether it be from just doing a simple cam job to doing full build turbo trucks, you know, whatever you guys need, we're going to be here to assist.
Obviously, swaps, right?
Correct. Swaps, we're going to be doing a little bit slower on the swaps.
Okay.
We're going to be constantly just
okay, I see.
Because we're going to try to focus more on the performance aspect of it.
Gotcha.
But we will be scheduling in like at least maybe one swap a month, give or take.
Gotcha. Okay, I like it. Okay, so purely the performance aspect of it.
We're going more into the performance aspect of it and try to go more into the racing community.
Gotcha.
And basically just try to help. There's so many cars out here that are swapped already,
right? And
people that are doing swaps, but a lot of them need details, attention to details still.
Right.
So we're going to be taking care of all the details, you know, working out all the gremlins, all the projects, and just getting them lined up and working properly and getting all the full potential of the builds out of them.
Right. So what car makers will you guys be focusing on?
As far as car makers, we're going to be working on everything.
Everything?
Much now. Yeah,
so even Ford?
Domestic-wise, yeah. We're going to be doing
even Ford, okay.
GMs and Mopar.
Okay.
So if you got that 5.0 speed, bring it on by. They've been sending a statement lately in the racing scene, so if we can't beat them, we got to join them sometime.
Right. What about any like foreign performance?
Foreigns, we can mess with them, but they will be kind of pick and choose type of deal.
Okay. I got both the Ricks here. Nemesis Motorsports.
if you guys are ready to go fast, man, give us a call. We're here to help.
If you need any help, especially with other brands like Dodge and Ford, you know, we're welcome to.
Yeah, I know I've talked a lot of mess about Fords before, guys.
Yeah,
give me a break.
A lot.
But hey, man, we're ready for them. You know, we're ready to start
Yeah, we're
working
gonna
on them. So.
hop on the Ford game too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We've actually been debating on looking into a 4x4, 510 speed or something like that,
Right.
to try to do a build for the shop. And,
All right, just to
be
show
able
people.
To be able to show people that, hey, we're known for GM, but we can do the Mopar and we can do the Ford as well.
Right,
So
I like it.
we can attack all of them. Whatever you guys need, we're here to help.
There you go.
Any vehicle, anything you want,
We can do it.
We can do it all.
So okay. This one here is getting headers. Oh, okay.
Bigger injectors.
What's in here?
This is cat pack.
Okay. So is that 392? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. If they done anything else to it? I mean.
Not besides that, no.
Okay.
It was straight pipe.
Ah, okay.
That's all that was.
Okay.
We put the cold air intake. Just that.
I see. I see. Okay.
Little splitter on it.
This right here?
Yeah, this all it.
Oh.
That one's not on yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay. What was holding it up? Just.
It was just in there.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I guess, to fit me.
That looks good though, man.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it's like a 2.6.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a CT6.
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, he got the wing too.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber wing. So what's the story on this? This is what, a G8?
G8, supercharged.
Oh, I see they got the LSA in.
Yeah, it's a 408 stroker.
Ported and polished throttle body, and it's pulleyed, but it's on a stock.
Is this the stock size throttle body?
It's a stock size throttle body.
So is that 92?
Like an LS3. Like it's a 90, but
90?
they ported it out to basically like 92.
I got you.
Something like that. But it is pulleyed.
So that's a smaller pulley, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pulleyed on the bottom, pulleyed on the top.
So bigger pulley on the bottom,
Yeah,
smaller on the top,
it
right?
has the ATI Datner pulley.
Yeah, I see that down there.
And then this is the lower pulley. So this is
Oh,
the outer lower pulley for the blower.
damn. That's a 9.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's a 9.2, and then it's I think 2.35. Yeah, 2.35.
Okay, so 235.
Yeah. No,
So
9.2.
what's that? How many pounds of boost does that
13.
make? 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
13 pounds.
Yeah.
So he's somewhere around the ballpark of like 750 horsepower.
Ouch.
And it runs
408
it's
stroker.
feisty, man.
I bet. Yeah,
He's running out of fuel right now.
So he's gonna need to
needs
switch
more
over
fuel.
to E85.
Well, he's already on E85, but he's on a single pump.
Oh, so a bigger pump,
Yeah, he
bigger
needs
injectors.
Dual pumps. Injectors, I think he's good as of right now. I think he has 1500 cc injectors, so he should be good on injector for now. But he does need extra fuel.
Right.
So we're gonna try to feed it.
That-
it has
that-
PRC heads on it.
Oh, nice. Oh, I see that now. PRC. Yeah.
PRC heads on it.
So that number you said 700-800. Is that confirmed? Dyno confirmed, or is that just more of a guesstimate?
That's our guesstimate
Okay.
right now, yeah. It's just an educated guess based
Right.
off of
Based on the recipe.
the data that we see when we're tuning it.
I got you.
So
Okay.
it's kind of a little bit of a educated guess, you could say.
So let me ask you a question. So I noticed the coolant lines. I noticed one goes there. Where's that going?
To the trunk?
You got an ice box. Ay, caramba.
We're starting to get a taste of what we need to do on yours.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so back here in the trunk.
Ah, okay. Ice box. I like it. Okay. So you literally
a
just
submerged pump.
put ice in there.
Yeah.
That's it.
But ice, I like to use coolant. They have water in this one.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, it's just what the previous people had
Gotcha.
set up on it.
Gotcha. Okay. So one goes to the ice tank
The other one goes to the
and the other one goes to the heat exchanger. I got you. Dang. Okay. So you, with the ice tank, you get cooler IATs.
You get a lot colder IATs due to it cools the supercharger down.
Okay.
So with designs, what they do is they run into the brick inside.
Right. That's like a little radiator inside, right?
Basically a radiator for your supercharger, and it's to cool the air as the rotor's circulating.
Right.
It's to cool the air down.
Gotcha. So the stock units they have a small brick, right? Isn't like it's a much smaller one? Okay.
It's stock, and the walls on it are really thin, basically. So what you do is you can upgrade it. They reinforce the walls on it.
Okay, so that's what they mean
collapsing.
when they say a reinforced brick. Okay, gotcha. So that means it's a bigger and more sturdy, or
they're basically the same size. It's just more sturdy.
more sturdy. Okay,
Yeah, it'll stop it from collapsing due to the heat.
Gotcha.
So they're aluminum. They get really hot in there. The heat, it'll warp it real quick.
so that's what I have. I bought a reinforced one from
Yours
DSX.
might be larger because of the bigger lid, I believe, that you're using. So yours may
think
be
so?
different. Yeah,
Okay.
yours may be different because I think you got the Kong lid, didn't you? Or you
I
went-
didn't actually,
So-
but
okay.
I'm thinking about it, but I didn't yet. I got mine from DSX Tuning,
Okay.
so it's the reinforced brick, but I don't know if it's bigger or not because I haven't seen like a factory to compare it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
It might be a little bit bigger on the size, but it's not going to get too much different because of just the set size that it has to sit in there.
Right, you only have so much
I
room.
think the ones that are bigger are the ones like on the Kong lids. I think if as long as you're using a factory lid, you can only reinforce them. You're not going to really be able to get a bigger lid.
Right.
Like a bigger brick to fit the lid.
Right. Yeah. What's the story on the C5?
C6.
6, okay. So the C6, what's
It came, supposedly it's been jumping around a couple of different shops, and they just haven't been able to get it like done, I guess, 100%.
looks like it's been sitting under a tree.
Yeah, I think it's been sitting for quite a while. So he brought it in, talked about that it was overheating. He says he's been having constant overheating issues with it. It was a base model, so it originally had a 6.0, and they swapped the 6.2 into it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, we're just basically doing cleanup and trying to get it figured out and working properly.
So the
it's not
so
a big deal.
C6s came in 6.0s?
The early model ones.
Really?
Yeah, the early model ones, the bases.
Was it aluminum block or
Yeah, they're
cast
still
iron?
aluminum block.
Really? Okay.
Aluminum block.
I didn't know they made an aluminum block 6.0.
Yeah, it's like the G8s as well. G8s come.
So it's aluminum block?
6.0 aluminum
Okay.
block. The Trailblazers do as well.
Okay.
The GTOs.
Right.
All
Okay.
those are aluminum.
Aluminum.
blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.0.
6.0s. Yeah. Is there any negative to like having the aluminum block 6.0 over the iron block?
Some people's preference is the iron block for boosted applications just because of the structural integrity of it.
Right.
But I think they're pretty much close to the same.
About the same? Yeah. I imagine it's lighter, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I mean, we've had so many aluminum blocks that have hit 1,000 plus, you know, so.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's just a matter of how you prepare it.
Let's see here. All right. What we got here, Rick?
So we now have the capability of building our own in-house transmissions.
Okay.
As of right now, we're focused more on GM as far as the transmission rebuilds go.
Right.
So we can do 460s, 480s, or 680s.
Okay. So what does that mean exactly? Like for the uneducated out there, when you say build transmissions, what do you mean?
Basically, we can do either a stock build or a upgraded build.
Performance
basically,
build?
to handle more power. We basically do upgraded clutches, bands. You can also do your upgraded servos and stuff like that.
Nice.
So there's a couple little things that you can do on the inside of these things to change them up and make them a little bit stronger and to withstand more power whenever you are putting them behind a 6.0 or say a 6.2. I like to keep the 460s simply because of the gearing in them. They just tend to hit a little bit faster than the 480s. The 480s are a little bit heavier, but always, anytime you're doing a big power build, I mean, I do recommend a 480 or like a turbo 400.
So what's this on this mount here?
So this is a broken down 460, and it's been basically stripped to just about bare. The trick with transmissions, to be honest, that I've noticed is cleanliness. You have to have these things clean. I mean, you got to get all the old stuff out of there, get all the clutch material that's been sitting in there, get all of that stuff out of there to try to leave it as clean as possible.
Wow.
And it just does a better mating surface and for the fluid flow as well. just so that they don't get a clog somewhere in between.
Right, exactly. What's this over here on the ground?
So these are some of the parts that go on the transmission.
Okay.
We have our forward drum, we got our pump, and then some of the other little broken down pieces like the sprag and then the planetaries and stuff like that. And
wow.
These are some of the old clutches, the old clutch materials.
Okay.
The metals on it.
Right.
You can see where this one had extreme heat issues.
Oh yeah,
it
kind of
super
burned.
hot,
Yeah.
See this? You don't really want them to show these signs. So stuff like this, I mean, some people will reuse them. I don't really recommend reusing them anymore. They just
Right.
too hot. I mean, even the you see most of the plates. You see these are still fairly clean, but
right.
You see the ones that are really hot.
Uh-huh.
The obvious wear and tear on them.
Yeah. Is that like the darker
darker spots?
Is that an indication of something in particular that happened?
Usually it's just an indication of overheating.
Okay.
Transmission's worst nightmare usually is heat. It's what kills them. It's what breaks the clutch material off of them.
Right.
You can see with the light here a little bit better. You see where it kind of rainbowed here.
Oh yeah.
You see the difference.
That's a lot of heat. That's like extreme heat, huh?
Yeah, it got really hot. This transmission had lost already third and fourth, and it was basically only running on first and second. But
wow,
it was already getting really hot.
So is this going to be a more of a performance rebuild, or is it just like just a stock?
It's going to be well, we're going to end up replacing everything and make it into a performance build.
Gotcha.
These are some of the parts that we use in it here. Some of our
okay.
clutches and everything like that. So,
got it.
you can see these are the
new
ones.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's what they look like when they're new. Okay. Yeah, nice and clean. They look thicker too.
Yeah, like I said, it wears out. Like the analogy that I gave earlier, like a brake pad kind
Right.
of. If you feel, like I said, a clutch right here, look. Let me show you. Show you one of these here. You can kind of feel that material.
Oh yeah, okay.
So those go stacked up on top of each other with some of these and these, and they create a clutch pack.
Right.
And they rub on each other to create the friction.
I see that. Okay.
Make the next gear come into play.
I didn't know that. Okay. Cool.
So that's why.
Is that like ceramic?
I'm not sure. I'd be lying.
Because it kind of feels like almost like that same material that's on a brake pad too.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's kind of the best reference that I found that I could kind of tell people to like better give them an understanding of what is actually wearing out on that side.
What is all of this?
That's basically your oil galleys for the fluid, where it separates all the fluid.
Are these channels where fluid?
Correct.
Okay.
Where fluid
flows through?
Correct.
That's cool.
The valve body goes bolted to that, which is in here. So this is our valve body.
That guy there.
Correct.
Okay.
And the valve body holds your solenoids and stuff like that.
I see.
So the valve body goes on. It has channels as well.
Yeah.
And then these are your shift solenoids and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Man, that's some intricate, intricate, detailed components, man. Like that's
a little different than the engines, but we're starting to get a little bit more into it. Like I said, simply because we've just been going through so many of these. We're having some issues with some of the trans rebuilders that we were using.
Right.
They would come out bad or stuff like that, and we're having to do warranty jobs on our own. So I mean, as of right now, I said depending on the vehicle, we're kind of handling them in-house.
That's smart, man. I mean, like you say, if you can cut out that cost of going outside to a trans rebuilder and rebuild them yourselves, you're saving yourself the money that you're paying extra, and also you probably feel a lot more confident in your warranties too, because you're rebuilding.
Yeah, you know that you stuck your hands into it and what exactly was done. So
right.
It just gives you a little bit of a peace of mind.
Yep, it's really cool. You know, it's funny. I came over here and I saw this. Didn't even notice this. Wow, that's pretty dope, man. Where'd y'all find that at?
We actually got the lights online and we just set them up ourselves.
That's cool, man. So they're just individual lights, but then there's like a frame that
they go interconnected, so they pass the power through.
Man, that's cool, man.
They interlock.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that is real cool. That's a nice kind of like statement piece too.
Yeah, we kind of wanted that image. I just kind of like
yeah.
for whenever we're doing the dyno videos.
And then I like the color scheme, the gray and the black. It looks good. That's gonna be dope, man. And then that's the dyno machine, right? That's going in here.
Correct.
Okay.
Hopefully lowering it in this week and try to get the air and power set up to it, or we can get it rolling.
Right. Yeah.
Get some numbers going.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You can bring the fleet over.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking, man. Like we need to try to host a dyno night. Like once you get it going and get all the bugs and stuff worked out, we need to host a dyno night.
Yeah.
That'll be some good, some good marketing and promotion for the shop.
Yeah, I'm hoping God willing, everything goes as planned.
Right.
Hopefully by the end of this month, beginning of December, we should have the dyno set up. So we'll be testing into mid-December and hopefully start the year off basically ready to work, everything done and ready to fully open and be like on an actual set schedule for shop hours.
I'm dying to know about this dyno machine. Can you just explain for the uneducated what type of dyno machine this is? I know there's like a technical term for it. So I know they have like the hub dynos, and then this one goes in the ground, and the car spins on the drum.
So these are basically what they call, it's basically like a loaded dyno.
Okay.
You can set a load to it to basically act like if it was on the street.
On the street, right? Okay.
So this is a Dyno Jet. It's a 224X. So
Okay.
it's capable of registering up to 2,000 horsepower or 200 miles an hour.
Okay.
So if anybody has something they want to bring on by that want to try to max out, come on, bring it by, man. We got you up to 2,000 horsepower.
2,000 horsepower. Wow.
But basically, it just works off of an air valve. This is an air brake.
Okay.
That's what shuts it, and then you power it up. You send the signal through here, and it goes to the module that basically transfers all the data to the computer.
Gotcha.
And,
Gotcha.
Sends it all in.
Where does one find something like this at?
And it's not something very common. We have to work and do our research.
Okay.
We had to just look, and
Right.
we finally found one that we could get for a reasonable price, and here it is.
There you go. There you go. So, in any like future goals beyond what we're talking about now? Obviously, you're gonna have the one dyno machine. I mean, any future goals to maybe increase to a bigger one or a second one?
The biggest thing that we will be able to do, I mean, there would still be some growth to be done, but we would eventually like to do basically like an all-wheel drive dyno.
Oh.
To be able to get the power on like the Trackhawks, on
Okay.
the Durangos,
Right.
All the 4x4 single cabs that are being done nowadays.
Right.
So you can get like a realistic number on setups like that.
Interesting.
So where you can do it on 4x4 all-wheel
Right.
drive.
Okay.
And it'll kind of be something that not a lot of people have in Houston.
Right.
It'll be
Unique.
correct.
Yeah.
How to approach that.
There you
But,
go.
I mean, these machines are expensive, so it's not something that we can just
I can imagine.
jump up and go to. So
I can imagine.
I mean, that would be future goals.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now this is cool, man. I can't wait to come back and get some footage of this.
Tools on here.
Yeah, for sure.
It should bring a complete different environment to the shop.
How heavy is this?
Like 3,000 pounds.
3,000 pounds?
It's 1563 kg.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
about like 3,300.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a car. This is literally my Monte Carlo.
Yeah, they're heavy.
My Monte Carlo weighs 3,300 pounds. That's crazy, man. That thing right there is gonna go in that hole right there. This looks like some impressive concrete work. Bet that was expensive. But did this have to be like a certain grade of concrete, like so many PSI?
So it has to have a certain thickness rebar in there.
Okay.
And it also has to be a certain grade of concrete.
I see.
And it also requires a certain width on the walls around, and then a certain height for the platform on the bottom.
I see. Okay.
So it's basically an 8-inch thick base.
Okay.
And then the walls are, I believe, 4 inches. on
Nice.
the way.
Nice.
And then
Nice.
we dug this one back here to do our anchor points for our
Yeah.
straps.
Okay.
So a lot of dynos that I've been to I see that they have the ones that they drill into the ground, the concrete,
Right.
These fashion. But a lot of those, whenever they get ran over by the cars, after time and time again, and then the pool, the power pulling on them, it tends to pour them on the ground.
I see.
So I didn't want to deal with that. Me and Ricky decided that we're gonna do some metal anchors.
Okay.
And we welded some supports to the bottom and reinforced them in. So those are metal. We're gonna put some circular ground hooks.
Okay.
And just weld them on there.
I see.
And that way, whenever they drive over them, they're flat.
How far does that go down?
That's about close to 3 feet. It's like.
Oh, so it's in there. It ain't moving.
Yeah, it ain't going over.
Damn. Okay.
It's about 2.5 feet.
Yeah. So safety first, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially when doing big power pulls, because man, if that thing breaks loose and shoots through the shop,
Yeah.
we're in trouble.
Yeah. Exactly.
So it gives us a little bit of insurance.
Right. I recognize this car. Was this car over at the other spot?
Yeah, when we had originally did the disc brakes on it.
I thought so.
So now we're doing a new intake on it. We're doing the
Sniper.
EFI,
Okay.
new fuel lines. It's gonna be a QA1 suspension in the front. We're trying to do the tubular control arms in the front with coilovers.
Right.
Trying to get it to get the right height for the wheels. 'Cause
Right.
now the wheels they hit the bumper basically.
Oh wow. Okay. What are those, 4s?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're in luck. We're gonna get a chance to watch them actually tune a vehicle live. So okay. So everybody, so this is tuned by Rick. He's we'll say world-renowned LS tuner here in Houston. So Rick, how long you been tuning, man? Real quick.
I would say approximately 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, okay.
Yeah.
What's your tool of choice? What do you use to tune?
So I like to use HP tuners.
Okay.
I also tune Holly, and I'm trying to get into Ecutech.
Ecutech, okay.
Yeah.
I see. What's special about Ecutech?
Well, those are more for like import vehicles.
Gotcha.
but
Okay.
That's probably in the future.
In the future?
Maybe like 2 years.
Got it. I got it. Okay. So what are we working on today? What's this project?
So right now we got what year is this? 2006. We got a 2006 truck.
Okay.
And I previously tuned this truck, but the transmission was shifting a little hard and ended up loosening the pinion
I see.
on the gear.
Oh, snap.
And then it snapped the diff. And so at that point, now he put 456 gears. And
Okay.
So we're planning on retuning the shifting,
I see.
transmission shift points and the RPM, so that way it doesn't hit the limiter or anything like that.
I see. Okay. So your process involves you have to actually drive the vehicle or just
Yeah, so pretty much, usually when it comes to tuning the transmission, the best thing you can do for tuning the transmission is tuning it on the street. 'Cause
Okay.
If you're on the dyno, you're really not going to get the feel for the traction,
right.
the weight of the vehicle.
Right.
And it's just a whole different ball game that if you tune it on the dyno, I would say tuning it on the dyno is for calibrating timing. I would say tuning it on the dynos for calibrating the timing,
Right.
and the air fuel ratio.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then tuning it on the street is for getting a feel for the transmission shift points.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'll stop talking and I'll let you do your job.
I gotta let it read.
Okay. So you're loading up your HP tuner, right?
Yeah, so I'm opening the software, and right now I'm reading the file that's currently on the truck,
Okay.
which is something I already tuned.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna take about three minutes and a half,
I see.
and then from there I'll make the calibration changes needed.
Is this something that the average person can learn, or is this something like you really gotta go to school for that, or what?
So there is schools, and there is even books, and there's people that even teach it. You know, they're like, I would say private tutors, but I learned primarily from my brother,
Okay.
Caesar from Horsepower Factory.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And also from reading and just kind of, just putting my hands on it.
Right.
In terms of schools, or I guess in terms of answering your question is, can anybody learn it? Yes, if they have background knowledge, which would be like engines and, you know, electrical work, how to diagnose. 'Cause
Okay.
when it comes to tuning, there's a lot of troubleshooting.
Gotcha.
If you're not good at troubleshooting, diagnosing, then I would probably look into a different job.
I see. So you can't just be just only a tuner. You got to already have the background and knowledge to be able to troubleshoot.
Yeah. Well, a true, a great tuner, then yes, I would definitely say you need to know everything.
Everything, right? Okay.
Everything.
I see.
Everything from trans to torque converter to
I see.
the div to traction to the motor, everything. Every
Gotcha.
mixture, how the computer works in response to the engine, everything.
Rick was telling me you guys are going to be tuning or working, doing performance mods for GM, Ford, Mopar,
Yes,
and all of those guys, right?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
HP Tuner, is it compatible with those as well?
Yeah, so
With GM?
there's a whole list. If
Okay.
you go to the HP Tuners website, there's a supported vehicles list.
I see.
And they'll have Mercedes, BMW, Nissan Infinitis, Toyotas,
Okay.
Dodge, which is now considered Stellantis, Ford,
Right.
GM, and a couple other more like
Okay.
Polaris.
So are you ready to go?
Yeah, we're pretty much ready to go.
So you're gonna make a block?
Yes, we're gonna go hit it probably on the feeder road because there's a lot of cops right here.
Okay. Cool. I'll see you when we get back.
All right.
Coming.
I'm like, so seriously, camo or no camo, sir?
So what's the verdict, Ricky?
There's something that's off about the truck. I'm not sure what it is.
Really?
I'm trying to see if it's the engine or the trans or what. I guess it's been a while since I tuned this truck. I don't remember how well it ran before, but it feels like slightly underpowered.
Really? What are we looking at right there?
So pretty much we're tuning it on the O2 sensors right now.
Okay.
And we also have a AM wideband. Right now it's a little tiny bit rich, but I think that maybe because he changed the quarter intake, so maybe that's what was affecting it. Maybe it's not breathing enough.
I see.
Maybe we need to change the quarter intake on it, because if that's the case, then yeah, it will run a little bit richer.
Right.
In terms of the gears, I mean, I don't hear no whining. He does have the transmission still hitting kind of hard, so he said he's gonna change that on his end.
I see.
And then let me know after that.
Gotcha.
But other than that, everything else looks good.
Okay.
He said I might as well just throw in a 6.0 or something.
So this is a 5.3 on here?
This is a 5.3
Okay.
with a torque, right? With a torque V2.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make some more changes, and I'm gonna try it one more time, and I'll probably be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, the mad scientist is in action. It's where all the magic happens, right? Yep. So what are you doing here?
So right here, he's powering up the computer so he can download the file off of it without having to have it on the vehicle.
Gotcha.
So this is basically a standalone reader that he powers up with a 12-volt battery, and it'll power it up. That way he can connect to it and get the information out of it.
There we go. So I have pretty much here every computer that comes out from GM, which would be like this one, for example, is the E92.
I see that.
Then we got the E38.
Okay.
We got obviously the P01,
Right.
P59. We got the E67, I believe this, or E40, sorry, E40.
Okay.
We got the E67. We got the E92. I believe I already said that one.
Any LT stuff in there?
Yes.
Okay.
The LTs would be the E92.
E92? Okay.
The E90s, I don't have, but it's not something that you would do a bench job regardless. So it doesn't
What's the E90? What would that be?
E90 would be like a 2019 and up.
Okay.
So like the Silverados, the GMCs, the Tahoe, anything up above 19, he's an E90.
I got you.
E90
Corvette.
computer. Well, the Corvettes, the CH would be E99.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all those you need to unlock, and it costs.
Right.
It costs a lot to tune it. Roughly speaking, like 15.
Damn.
Just
But
to
we
tune
can
it.
do it.
Is that because of like just the
So
time it takes?
Yeah, so it's more difficult. Then you have to pay extra for unlocking it, which is another like $500.
Right.
You have to wait about a week for it to ship and
Okay.
come back.
Okay.
Then when it gets here, then I have to pay credits, which is another, I believe, $400.
Okay.
Then I have to charge for my fee of
Right,
tuning it.
right.
You know what I mean? So we want to be the best in all three: Ford, GM, Dodge.
Okay.
We
Tuning.
Yes, tuning wise for sure, and obviously as well as
Performance
in terms of
upgrades.
Performance, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of work out there, and we want to try to, get our name out there.
Right. So what you were saying earlier, Ricky, about most tuners
Yes.
primarily focus on like one particular
Yes.
maker, like GM or what have you, and then you said they'll send out the other. Like if they get a car in that needs to be tuned,
Yeah.
and they don't work on that particular car,
Yeah.
they'll send it out to somebody else.
Yeah. So I can name a couple of places, but I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to put our names out there.
We won't name names.
But
Right.
for example, we'll have shop A.
Okay.
And they'll just do GM. But whenever it comes to Ford, if they do it, they'll send it off they'll send off the file to
a third party.
To a third party.
I see.
And they'll do it right there in house.
Okay.
But the process is long, and usually it tends to cost more for the customer as well, because
see.
now there has to be a middleman.
Right,
and
right.
then the price goes up.
I got
the
you.
time takes longer.
Right.
Right here, it will be me doing it.
Right.
It won't be anybody else, right?
Right.
Now, or you can have somebody doing Ford, you know what I mean? And then they don't do GM, so they outsource it to somebody
Right.
else. Which is good, yeah. But I want to try to avoid all that and just try to take care of everything
Right.
here in-house. And there's a lot of expertise that takes on every vehicle, even every model. Like
Right.
when it comes to the LTs, the newer ones, it's not just any Joe Bob that I recommend doing that, because, for example, the trucks are already expensive.
Right.
The can kit, the tune, everything is super expensive.
Right.
So you want to make sure when you do it right the first time. Because if
Gotcha.
not, it's going to end up costing you a lot more.
Right.
I don't know if you got the part about when we were talking about the prices for the LTs.
Yeah, you did. You mentioned it. So I think what I wanted you to say was the part that kind of like differentiates you from the competition is all three.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've already gone to the point where I've bought a vehicle and I've toyed with it myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've had the experience with Dodge a couple of years already, with Ford. I would say Ford is the one that I'm newest to, but
Right.
I do have a lot of experience. I've done V6, I've done Coyotes, EcoBoost, and
Nice.
I've done all years from like 2006 and up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Don't get
So-
totally close.
Every vehicle has its little quirks. Check engine lights that pop up, even though there's no problems with it, but it's just something that you need to learn every vehicle for, and it takes time. I still learn, even till today. I still learn a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I think I do a pretty good job, and I have a good understanding of every vehicle
Right,
that I
right.
see.
Okay.
Also, I want to point out there's vehicles like, for example, Dodge that require this, which is a smart access cable.
Okay.
You get it from HP Tuners.
Right.
There's other vendors that sell another form of this.
Okay.
But it removes the security to just access the
Oh,
Dodges. And this is Prevailing in 2018 and up.
I see.
Dodge. Anything Jeep, Chrysler, Ram.
Is that the equivalent of that system that you find on GM or no?
No, that would be different.
It's different.
This is just for tuning purposes.
Okay.
To remove security, I can do that as well. To
Right.
remove like it's called the PATS system.
Okay.
I mean the skim system.
Skim system. Okay.
So skim is for Dodge. Then you got PATS for Ford. Then
I
you
see.
got VATS for
GM. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I can do it for pretty much all three of them.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
But each one of them, like I said, every one of them is different in,
Right.
in the way that they work, in terms of the way to tune them. In my experience, I would say Ford is the most difficult one.
Okay.
GM and Dodge are pretty similar.
Why would you say Ford is more
So-
difficult or more?
So the reason that I believe Ford is the most difficult one is whenever you're tuning a speed density, like a boosted application on, let's say a F-150, there is about 28 tables that you need to tune.
Oh.
Versus GM, there's one.
Wow.
So you would take several hours just to do one vehicle. Versus GM, there's one table. You know what I mean?
Wow. So okay, that's interesting. So
Now, if you get like a Mustang, it'd be pretty simple because all you have to do is just tune the master flow.
I got you.
You know, and at that point, it becomes very simple, and especially on either NA or boosted.
Okay.
But on an F-150 with no math, you need to tune several tables, and it becomes complicated. That's only, I would say, in boosted applications.
I see.
That takes the most effort. I would say one of the hardest ones to do.
Right.
When it comes to tuning. Yes.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah. Hey, well, you heard it from the mad scientist himself, man. I appreciate the insight and the intel, man. I'll definitely make sure that this gets out to the right folks because I'm pretty sure people are going to love this content, man. It's going to be some good content.
Yes, sir.
Here we go, guys. Nemesis Motorsports. So where can they find you? How can they get in contact with you? Where can they follow your work?
So our new shop page is going to be Nemesis Motorsports on
Okay.
Instagram.
How you spell that?
Nemesis
Okay.
Motorsports and Nemesis _ Motorsports. Or you can give us a call. You can call me at 832-815-6822. Or just reach out to Ricky. Ricky has his personal Instagram page too at Tuned by Ricky. Or you can call him on his phone number. I don't know it off the top of my head right now.
Right. We'll get it. We'll get it. Just flash across the screen. Okay, guys. So you heard that. So stay tuned to the channel. I'm gonna be bringing you guys more content on Nemesis. Definitely, we'll be back once they get the dyno machine going. So I want to get a couple pulls on camera so you guys can see what they offer here. But I mean, it's as far as performance is concerned. It's going to be a one-stop shop. You can come here and get your performance mods installed, put on your car, get some consultation on what you need in order to reach the goals you want, and then you can actually prove it right here on their dyno. So can't beat that, guys, right here in Houston, Texas. So keep them in mind. Nemesis Motorsports, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up, but I appreciate you guys spending time with me today. Hope you enjoyed the content. You know the routine. On your way out, be sure to hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, guys, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're a friend of the channel, you've been following it for a while, keep sharing the videos, keep liking the videos, and of course, keep commenting down below, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.